What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Week 2 NFL Tournament Plays for DraftKings, presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoney's DFS. And as a reminder, be sure to click the link below to claim up to a $100 first match deposit bonus when you sign up and deposit at PrizePicks. We're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks for DraftKings NFL tournaments. Starting at number 3, the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens this weekend in Baltimore. Difficult matchup for Miami. They're 3.5-point dogs. They have a 20.5 implied total, but there is a lot of upside in this offense. They're only projected for 3% ownership, 5% chance of being the top scoring stack. Whenever you have an offense that has the amount of playmakers that Miami does, specifically Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, paired with Tua Tagovailoa, there's a lot of upside, even if they are going to be inconsistent at times, and even if they do have a relatively difficult matchup. The matchup's going to drive down ownership, but there's just so much big play potential here with those 2 receivers in particular that it is projecting as a good low-owned stack this week. Number 2, the Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Arizona Cardinals. The Raiders are 5.5-point favorites and have a 28.5 implied total. They are projected for about 12% ownership, or I should say Derek Carr is projected for about 12% ownership. The stack has about a 17% chance of being the top scoring stack. This one is a little bit different than Miami just because, for one, it's more likely to succeed. But for 2, there's a clear number 1 with Devontae Adams. And then, receiver-wise, you have Hunter Renfrow. You have Matt Collins as a deep threat. But Darren Waller at tight end, also a legitimate receiving option. So you have the clear 1 with Devontae Adams, and then just different guys that you can mix and match. If you want to stack Carr with more than one receiver, you certainly could just stack him with Adams as well. But mixing in Matt Collins at low ownership as a big play threat, mixing in some Renfrow or some Darren Waller certainly makes sense as well. This sets up as a good spot for the Raiders. And number 1, the Los Angeles Rams hosting the Atlanta Falcons as 10-point favorites. They have a 28.5 implied total as well. We have them projected for a 19% chance of being the top scoring stack with a 9% chance or 9% ownership coming into Matthew Stafford. Similar to the Raiders, you have Cooper Kupp that is just likely to dominate targets for the Rams. And then you're just kind of going to spread ownership around 2 other guys. One spot that I do think is a very interesting bounce back spot, though, is Allen Robinson. He was essentially non-existent last week in the opener, and people are almost certainly going to overreact to that and decide that Allen Robinson's never going to have a good game all season. This sets up as a good spot to take advantage of that. Hope that they get him more involved here. I think that they have reason to. I think it's likely that he will be. And, obviously don't look to get away from Cooper Kupp for him necessarily, but pairing him with Cooper Kupp is a really good way to go at what is likely to be relatively low ownership. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks on DraftKings using the top stacks tool from the Stokastic.com website. Number 3, the Miami Dolphins. Number 2, the Las Vegas Raiders. And number 1, the Los Angeles Rams.